past, Liam. Welcome to Christmas! That's fun. Christmas Eve is tomorrow and Christmas Day is the day after, and with that all said, I think it's time to make a video entirely not related to Christmas, because that makes sense. So in your last video, you undergo what you dub a regeneration, which is essentially just a change in your physical appearance, and you'll discover later, a change in your overall character and demeanor. So that video, coupled with the experience that I just had where I went to North Shore Taekwondo, walked in the doors, and somebody who I hadn't seen in a while said, "Hey, have you ever seen Hairspray before?" Referring, of course, to my Hairspray-like demeanor, and he was quite shocked, shell-shocked really, when I told him that I actually was in Hairspray. So because of that, in the spirit of getting to know each other for the holiday season, I thought I'd run you all through a little bit of my regeneration history. So back in grade 8, I was this super scrawny, super dorky, overconfident kid who liked comic books. And I didn't have a lot of like super close friends and not a lot to do. But upon entering high school, I was informed of the wonderful musical theater program that the school had and that I should audition to be in it. The musical that year was Beauty and the Beast, and I didn't wind up auditioning, but I did wind up working crew with my good friend Shaquille Majuri. And through that, I met a lot of close friends, including the ever so famous Alex Balenko, as well as Josh Norg, Juan Palacio, and all the people who would wind up being very close friends and collaborators in the future. So the following year, I was inspired to audition for that year's play, which was Romeo and Juliet. I auditioned and was called back for the part of Romeo, but unfortunately, I got a concussion the day of the callback, and I went in and completely bombed it. And that's not to say I would have gotten the part anyway, because I was still just a scrawny little grade 9 kid who was just starting to get cute. But I was cast for the role of Balthazar. Now, Balthazar, in my own personal timeline, was the one who developed courage and the ability to be brave even when the situation would be one that would want you to kill yourself. But because Balthazar had to be strong for Romeo, and once Romeo had died, for everyone around, he had to develop confidence that wasn't there before, and that carried over through me. Then, in grade 10, I auditioned for our musical, Oklahoma, and was called back for a number of characters, but was cast as Andrew Carnes, who was the old man with a shotgun. Now, Andrew Carnes was the first character I had ever played who was gruff and confident and powerful and, you know, taking no and because of him, I had to learn to talk in a southern accent, and that southern accent actually carried over to my singing for a while, which was rather embarrassing. But being Andrew taught me what it meant to be a leader and what it meant to be an authority figure, and gave me that extra boost of confidence that Balthazar didn't quite have. Then in grade 11, I was cast as Tony Kirby in our production of You Can't Take It With You. Tony was a very proper man, the age of 21 in the year 1939. He wore suits, he had a proper demeanor, and he was a gentleman. Now, being Tony taught me how to dress nice and how to hold myself properly, how to walk properly, how to enunciate, how to not talk too fast, but more than anything, how to be a proper gentleman with a pure heart. It was through Tony that I developed a love for blazers and for just overall very formal attire. And then finally in grade 12, I was cast as Link Larkin for our production of Hairspray. Link was a suave, elegant, yet very energetic and all over the place, overconfident, slightly ditzy teenage boy. He had ambitions, he had high hopes of being the next star, the next Corny Collins. And that's exactly what I turned into. And that is what gave me the confidence to be a performer and to aim to be a star. Link was the one who refined my singing voice and who gave me extra charisma that Tony just didn't quite have, and the one who convinced me to solidify my dreams of becoming a star performer in the future. And thus, it was with Link that I took my final Sentinel stage bow. But alas, my regeneration cycle was not complete, for I had to take on the role of Danny Zuko for the Kamik Theater's production of Grease. Now, admittedly, our production of Grease was a little more child-friendly, but playing Danny allowed me to be cocky and cool and a little bit of a jerk. He gave me a little bit of a rough edge, but since he was 18 and I was turning 18, it allowed me to come into myself a little bit. And thus, that takes us to past Liam, who started in September of 2013, and future Liam started in September of 2014. This is me now, this is the current regeneration. I haven't played really any major parts in any major shows since then, so I feel that overall my character hasn't changed much. But in the end, I think the thing that matters is that I, Liam Sturgess, am a human being moving through the endless planes of time and space, and every single day is a regeneration, and every instant that I live is an adjustment and an improvement to who I am. And that's all that matters. Merry Christmas, past Liam.